So do we want to make an amendment to that motion? I would make an amendment that we accept the farmer's market farmer's market report and reduce the $312 fees to $260.
I'd second that amendment.
Okay. Discussion of that.
Was that an amendment?
An amendment, or you want a
Amendment.
fresh motion on
Well, I
that?
would-
That might be a
Well,
little
we need to
cleaner,
dispose
a
of the previous
secondary,
motion somehow.
or we could do a secondary motion, couldn't we? No?
They're on the same issue.
Okay,
So
okay, well, you're hearing from your colleagues, we'll not accept that as an amendment because it seems to fly counter to the confirmation of the 2013 fees as contained in the fee resolution. But recognizing that at least two in this council are interested in the prospect of reducing that, please keep that in mind prior to your voting. Walter, you have a comment or question?
No, ma'am, I'm just hoping you don't call on me to vote first.
You want the swing vote, don't you?
Yes, Sue?
I have a question. In this fee resolution was in the already in the 2012-13 budget.
yes,
Okay, so where does the deficit come from if it's reduced to $260?
if it, and again, I'm sorry Don isn't here, he knows that part of the budget more intimately than I do. If there is a reduction in fees, we'll have to calculate and see what that reduction would be, see if it can be made up within the fund. The Arts Department is a fund, and if not, then we will seek an open budget process and further subsidization of the Arts Department budget.
Tom?
My calculations say that we would meet our budget with that increase, the 260.
And if I may, with all due respect.
I'm not a
after-
budget, I'm not the award-winning Don Palmer, but I think that my math, it works.
Remember, there are, you saw on Kathleen's presentation, some spaces are going up, some spaces are going down.
Yep.
So I don't think you can just apply it across the board.
I didn't.
There are different spaces, and you have to also recall, Tom, when you were indicating that the fees had increased, we also opened up another bay in the Jackson Street parking lot. So it wasn't just a fee increase that generated additional monies. So, I mean, there's a lot of factors here. I'm just telling you, I don't know what all those factors are. And I'm telling you the process, if we fall short on revenues and we're unable to absorb those within the budget and the contingency within the fund, then we will have to seek to open the budget and increase the subsidy. I don't know if that will be necessary at this point.
Let's see, Tim, I think I saw your hand up next.
Yeah, it was maybe just a knee-jerk reaction. I think the motion should be voted up or down as presented, but I would also like to discuss this lower. So what I'm saying is we accept the 2013 fee resolution as it was approved several months ago. But I would certainly be willing to talk about lowering that fee amount at another committee meeting whenever it can be scheduled.
Gary?
If I may, then all you're doing tonight is accepting the report.
Correct.
You may as well
Well, then
table
I'll-
the issue of fees.
Fair enough.
And take it.
Thank you.
The motion
I'll
on the
back
floor
off.
is to accept the report with the recommendation to confirm the farmer's market fees contained in the 2013 fee resolution. So,
ma'am.
so that'll be the up or down vote, recognizing that you have heard from a couple of colleagues who were
Understand.
interested in just exactly what you're saying. Sue?
I think we should leave the motion the way it is and do the fees the way they were budgeted so that we do not have to reopen the 2012-13 budget. And I think the discussion on reduction of fees should come after the strategic market plan is, advice has been completed, and then perhaps that would either minimize the fees for next year, make them lower, or choose not to have an increase for the next X years or whatever. But I think, why should we be paying for a strategic plan person if we're micromanaging, second-guessing them now? So I'd like to leave it the way it is.
Tom?
Kathleen, could you show the 2012 revenue expense slide again?
Yeah.
there's just one thing that I had a question about. So up there, it says the farmer's market revenue in 2012 was 27,275.
Right,
Is that the actual?
yes.
So the budget for 2012 was 24,720.
Right.
And
So
so
we
we
exceeded-
exceeded that.
Mm-hmm.
The budget for 2013 requested was 27.5. And that's what we're shooting for. Our target is 27.5. And last year, we were short by $225. Is that my understand? Am I correct? Am I reading that right? I mean, it seems to me
Comparison
like
to 13.
2012 was $225 less than what we're hoping to raise in 2013.
Correct.
Okay,
If I may?
Gary?
so then I'm,
Yeah,
That's still
and you're exactly right, Tom. You recall there was a secondary craft market underneath the bank building,
Right.
that was held for several weeks,
Yeah.
creating additional walk-on revenues. That was shut down. Those revenues then did not continue. The budget's fluid. And I'm not trying to discourage the council from, if you desire to lower these fees, certainly you can do that. And we may end up with a situation, just as Tom's talking about. Budgets are management tools, they're estimates, they're policy-making documents. So it may be that we have a great year and we exceed the budgeted revenues, in which case, hey, great, we all did a great job. On the flip side, if it falls below, we have a process for that too. And that process is, if we can absorb it within the budget, we do that. We do it in other budgets. We actively manage the budget. I think what we're getting here is, if the council feels that these fees are too high in one swallow, then let's go ahead and do what you need to do, and we have a process that we can deal with that. If you want to leave it where it is, that's your choice as well.
Okay. Dan?
I think Tim's motion is fine as it is. You know, he's confirming the fees that are in the, you know, to me, it's recognizing that's what the fee is in the fee resolution. That doesn't preclude us from, as Tim said, trying to, you know, visit about it in a future committee meeting of lowering it for this year even. I don't know when you need to have those by. You send your packets out in March. So, I mean, there's a month and a half, you know, time to discuss whether you're going to lower the fees or not. We can tonight accept the report and recognize that 312 is what, you know, we're confirming. Yeah, that's what the fees say is in, you know, that's what's in the budget right now. That's what's in the fee resolution is $312. Not saying that we can't, again, you know, we have two new committee chairs that they may decide that, you know, we're going to bring this forward to said committee and discuss it further.
Okay. Tim?
I'll call for the question.
I'll second that.
Well, if somebody's interested in a vote. Are you all ready to vote? I'm seeing a
No.
couple hands up there. Wayne's not ready to vote. No, they want to keep talking. So, Walter?
Question's been called for.
You have to call,
You need to have
vote
a
on
vote
that?
on
We
it.
need to
It's
have a vote on the call for
non-debatable.
question.
I believe so.
Isn't it move the previous question that you have to vote on?
You have to vote on the call for
On
the
to-
question.
On the call for the question, okay, we had Dan second on that, and I'm seeing heads, I'm going, no, okay. So
No.
go ahead, Sue, no?
no.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, it's tied, and I'll vote no, so go ahead and continue your
Somebody had a question
dialogue.
over there.
Wayne
Yes,
wanted-
Wayne?
Well, I'm just stubborn enough that, you know, and here again, I'm going to get back on this comment that I'm making about we're dealing with a small amount of money here when it compared to in the whole bucket of the city budget. Let's settle this thing tonight. Why do we need to push it off to committee and make it another hearing and another discussion when we can make that decision tonight? Let's just get it done.
Walter, I saw your hand up.
I was gonna call for the question. Can I do it again? Then I would.
Then you would? All right,
Call for
there's
the
a
question
second.
again.
There's a call for the question, and we'll start the roll call vote with you, Walter.
Aye.
I'm going to count again.
Aye.
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 No.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. We're going to vote, and just in the interest of cleanly disposing of that motion that I could not accept because it was
Sorry.
presented as an amendment.
The call for the question was for Tim's motion. to
It
accept
was,
the
but I
report
want to
and
make
go to
sure
312.
we've adequate, let me ask our parliamentarian, Randy. In terms of Wayne put forward a motion as an amendment, and Tom seconded it before I said, well, we can't allow that. It's not, it's in conflict with the existing motion. It's not an amendment too. So in order to dispose of that, do I need to say anything more than not accepting it? Do they need to withdraw it?
It's not there, you've done.
It's not there. Okay.
It's already, I thought it was
So,
already gone.
all right, so you're voting on the acceptance of this report with a recommendation to confirm the 2013 farmer market fees contained in the fiscal year 2013 fee resolution as drafted. And we'll start the roll call vote with Sue.
Aye.
No.
Aye.
Aye.
No.
No.
Is that a tie?
Yeah, how about that?
Wow, that's
Win.
terrific. I do. So I'll vote no.
Yeah, Mayor?
Yes.
I make a motion that we accept the farmer's market report and that the council establish the farmer market booth fees at $260 a year.
Second.
Okay, we need clarification of which fees. Wayne.
312.
Booth fees,
Three- 312.
2013.
The 312 is back to
But
260.
Back to
they're-
260.
Okay,
May
so
I-
there are
may I-
multiple fees listed up there. Do you need to see the slide to know which ones you're talking
The
about?
11 by 15 booth fees at $260.
May I make a suggestion that in the fee resolution 2012-11, we're looking at page 28 of 29, and it's under Moscow Arts Commission, B, Farmers Market, and then number 1, spaces, and then it, rather than saying 312, it would say 260 per season. So that's page 28 of 29.
Randy has
Is
a
that-
comment.
So that would be the place where,
We haven't accepted a second yet on this,
I
Randy.
think that I have a slight worry here, which is you've had a budget hearing, you've had a fee resolution. The fee resolution established the fee. So rather than to approach it as an amendment to the fee resolution, perhaps you would
Just
just
set
want
the
to
fee.
give direction to staff to charge a certain amount of that fee.
Okay.
And it would be cleaner so that nobody has to worry about whether or not there was
That what I
a
said?
process due in
And we
the
don't have
hearing.
to reopen the budget?
fine, that's fine.
Right,
That's a
I
different
didn't-
matter.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought Wayne
Randy, would
said
you say it
too.
again?
Wayne, would you like to repeat that? That's what I thought I heard too, so.
I'll repeat my motion. My motion is that we accept the farmer's market 2012 report and that the fees that were $312 will be $260. Is that clear enough? Does that work?
That you're directing staff
Staff
to
to
charge $260 rather than the
$312.
$312 maximum that was approved in the fee
He gave me a
resolution.
thumbs up, so,
That would work.
okay.
Okay, we have Wayne's motion. Do I hear a second?
I tried to second it.
Clear?
You did? Okay, Tom's second. All right, and discussion, and Kathleen is standing there.
She says she's clear.
Okay,
She understands too.
okay.
Can I
Yes,
ask
please.
one more question? So below that, the walk-on fees are listed at 40. The half spaces are 18, which seems funny to me that a half space would be somewhat less than the full rate.
And the
And
reason
so-
that is we encourage people to share booth spaces
Anyway.
when they're walk-ons, because they
Okay.
really don't need all that space.
So this is a way to help
Yep.
make it more
We're
affordable.
subsidizing even
anyway.
more.
Okay, I was trying to understand that piece of it. It seemed like a funny thing to me,
No.
but, okay.
Well,
Is there other
18 and 18
discussion
is,
before?
36.
Sue?
18 and 18 is 36, but there's a $5 administrative fee to split.
Yep.
Yeah, but
That's why.
I think that includes, well, maybe the half space doesn't include the administrative fee.
Okay. Further
The
discussion?
40 does.
Okay, hearing none, then does anyone need the motion repeated? Anybody? Okay, Walter, we'll start the roll call vote with you.
Aye.
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 No.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. The next item, thanks all. Kathleen, thank you for your report, and thank you for coming to testify or comment tonight.